All right, welcome back. What a big day. Alcaraz is going to serve. Khachanov Alcaraz. We've had, this is our fourth match in a row, and it's been hectic. We've also got Svitolina coming up as well. We'll keep an eye on her. We've got Sinner after this. We've got some crazy matches to finish the day. But thanks for sticking around. Alcaraz to serve. He's had a tough time this week. He's had a couple of... Well, he had a couple of near misses. He almost went 3 sets in both first matches. He won the second in a comeback last night, and he saved set points against Rinderknecht in the first round. So it's been a tough start to the tournament for Alcaraz. But we said that when the draw came out. 15 love. I'm going to go Alcaraz in straights, but Khachanov should not be overlooked. And then we've got Sinner Menchik. Winner of this plays Rublev, by the way. Winner of this plays Rublev. As we're going to return now into the forehand of Khachanov. Forehand from Alcaraz goes long, and it's 15-0. And Khachanov, he hasn't beaten Alcaraz before. But he is one of those guys that just, if you just take lightly, he could make you pay. All right, 15-0. But yeah, I'm so excited. The winner of this will play Rublev. And then the winner of the Sinner match will take on Feast. It's going to be good. We've got some good semifinals tomorrow. On the men and women's side. Women's side's epic too. As that goes out by Khachanov, 30-15. 30-15. Tennis gods are blessing us with bangers today. Oh, yeah. 2 of the 3 matches on the women's side have been awesome. And hopefully one of these 2 men's matches goes the distance. 30-15. Yeah, Feast made the semis. I hope he plays Sinner. I think Sinner Feast will be, especially after playing Menchik, like we get to see the two of the guys that we think could be a threat to Sinner and Alcaraz. We get to see them both play Sinner potentially. So this is great for Doha, for us. We're going to do some scouting over the next couple of days. 40-15. Not sure if you heard Gil talk about Feast. He's changed his take back on the forehand. Much more compact swing. I watched the match yesterday, and you can see it. Oh, really? I haven't watched Gil's take on the Feast game, but that's interesting. We haven't watched Feast yet. We'll watch him tomorrow. If he plays, Menchik, we might even do it anyway. Anyways, back into the net by Khachanov, and it's 1-love Alcaraz. It looks like Alcaraz versus older Alcaraz. Wait, what? What, Khachanov looks like Alcaraz? What do I think about Feast and Goran? I love that matchup. I love that they're teaming up. That's so good for that's so, like we talked about this at length. If you weren't here earlier, you missed out on all the Feast praise. We've been praising Feast for the last couple of days. But yeah, him working with Goran is such a positive step. Like what a great, like he is making all the right moves. Like if he wants to be a Grand Slam champion and beat Alcaraz and Sinner, he is doing everything right. And I love that. Hopefully it works out. So then he is a threat. But I love it. I love the fact that he's hired Goran, but then he's also like, if he's healthy, yeah, I'm all for it. He just needs to beat Alcaraz or Sinner, and that will take him to another level, you know? All right. 1-love Alcaraz. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, 15-love. Khachanov has to serve well. We'll keep an eye on Ruzic and Svitolina to see who plays Coco tomorrow. As the return goes into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz passing shot winner. Too good. Just hit it straight to Alcaraz on the backhand. Now at 15-0. 15-0. There's a bit of fault from Khachanov. Second serve. Second serve. That goes out by Khachanov, 15-30. Do you think Menchik Sinner will be competitive? I hope it is. I really hope it is. Because Menchik is one of those guys that we talk about who is one of the up-and-coming guys, right? As they're backing out from Alcaraz into the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand slice in the net. 30-0. We need Menchik to beat Sinner, though. We need him to beat Sinner. We need one of these guys to lose. We need, you know what we need? We need a tournament where Alcaraz and Sinner both lose. I'm sorry, but we do. Tennis needs that. Not only does tennis need that, but we also need that for those two guys. Like Alcaraz and Sinner need, like if they don't win everything, it's only going to make them stronger. Because when they go to the Indian Wells, they're going to be like pissed off, and that's good for us because we get to see that. Like we get to watch that. Like you want Alcaraz to get to US Open 2025, like what he was doing last year, he's got to lose something to get angry about it. If they win everything, they're just going to be like, cool. See you in the final. Like, they're not going to get better unless they take some losses. And especially in one tournament, because if they just like all win the same, if they just win everything, then who else is going to do stuff? Anyways, Khachanov survives, deuce. We don't need a tournament where both they lose. They can still push each other. False. We need them to both lose. We need Menchik or Feast to win this tournament for the sake of the ATP. All right, deuce. 2 years ago, we were begging for Singaraz finals. Now we don't want them to lose. Now we want them to lose. Okay, it's not that we... Okay. Maybe I phrased that wrong. Forehand from Khachanov to the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Khachanov to the forehand of Alcaraz, the backhand of Khachanov. Great shot, Khachanov. All right. Advantage, Karen. It's not that we don't... it's not that we want them to lose. It's that we want other people to show that they can win. That's what I want to see, right? I'm just abbreviating it because at the end of the day, Alcaraz and Sinner losing means somebody else wins. But I just want to see somebody beat one of these guys to give us something different to talk about. Because if the final Sincaraz, of course we're going to love that. And Doha are going to love it too because they paid billions of dollars for them to be here. But if Sinner or Alcaraz or both lose, that makes it so much more interesting going into Indian Wells. We're going to have a lot more to talk about. A lot more different players. We're not just going to go to Indian Wells going, so Sinner and Alcaraz play in the final and whoever wins. Like, we've already done that like a million times. You know, we do that every week. As Alcaraz hits a winner, it's deuce. So it's not that I want to see them lose. It's that I want other players to be able to beat them in these tournaments. So then that way we have things to talk about in the bigger tournaments. We can go, oh, wow, you know, Rublev, how good was he against Alcaraz? Or, man, Menchik and Feast, they really rocked Sinner, right? And then we go to Indian Wells and we're talking about more than just two guys. It's not just the Sinner-Alcaraz show again and again. We can talk about, we're obviously going to talk about Draper going to Indian Wells, but he hasn't played. So, how much are we going to talk about Draper? He hasn't played. So, you know what I mean? So again, it's not that I want them to lose, it's that I want others to win against them in these smaller events. So then we can talk about, like when we go to Indian Wells, we have a lot more to talk about on the men's side. Instead of just being like, where's Djokovic? Advantage Khachanov. As the return goes in, the forehand Khachanov. Forehand from Alcaraz on the stretch in the net. Khachanov holds. That was a strong, tough grind of a hold. 1-1. But look, realistically, one of them's making the final. Minimum, right? One of them will win the title. It's like statistically proven, right? All right, 1-1. But I tell you, I would love to see I probably love to see Sinner lose to Menchik or Fils more than I want to. Like, if Alcaraz lost to Rublev, or even if he lost tonight, I'd be like, oh, that doesn't fire me up as much as one of the younger guys, Fils or Menchik, beating them. So if you're an Alcaraz fan, he can win the whole thing as long as Sinner loses to Menchik or Fils. And don't worry, when we watch Sinner, I'm going to say the opposite and say, hey, Sinner fans, I want him to win and Alcaraz can lose to Rublev. Don't worry, I'll be fair. I will sit on the fence, don't you worry. All right, I'm just kidding. There's a return. Goes the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand down the line. That's a rocket. Khachanov slices it in the net. Fils said he's not going to cut his hair. That's hilarious. Fils is like, I'm not cutting my hair until I win a slam. Day one of not cutting... What did he say? Did he actually say day one of not cutting my hair? Day one of not cutting my hair until I beat Jannik Sinner. Tomorrow. And he cuts his hair tomorrow. Come on, Fils. Let's get... We're starting to get... We're pro Fils here. We are for Fils. Feast the beast. Anyways, lob goes up from Alcaraz. Too good. Khachanov tries to lob it back, but it's going up and up and up and wide. 40 love. All right, 40 love. Alcaraz to take back the lead. I think Fils had didn't have stress fractures in his back. Was that what that was the injury, right? Drop shot winner. And it's 2-1 Alcaraz in the first. By the way, massive crowd there. Love to see it. There is a solid group of people, at least up in the cheap seats. The corporate box seats are empty, but up in the cheap seats, people are there. All right. We have to see how the rival between Alcaraz and Sinner lasts. They could make history. Other players can earn their glory. I'm sorry, I fell asleep halfway through that sentence. What did you say? I'm sorry, I got bored. What did you say? Like, come on. Come on. Come on, you fell asleep halfway through typing that. All right. Come on now. Will Fils wind up looking like Evan King before it's over? No, because he's going to shave his head on Sunday when he beats Alcaraz and Sinner. He'll say, "Oh, I'm not cutting my hair until I beat Alcaraz and Sinner," and then on Monday he's going to get a haircut. He's going to get a haircut on Sunday. So I mean, right? Not cutting my hair until I beat Jannik Sinner. All right, we'll get the clippers out tomorrow. Alcaraz for 38 slams. You are optimistic. And I like that. You keep going. You don't change. Don't change for anybody. I really want another Rublev-Alcaraz match. Well, we're going to get that if Alcaraz wins this one. So at least we get that. Sinner doesn't lose to randoms. Except one last year. Okay. Sinner does not lose to randoms, except once last year against Bublik. Well, you just proved yourself wrong. So he does lose to randoms. He has lost to a random. You shouldn't have said the other part. You should have reread that. Sinner doesn't lose to randoms, except for Bublik once, I guess. Anyways, that goes out from Alcaraz, 15 love. By the way, Menchik and Fils are not random. If you've been paying attention, they're not randoms. They're not Djokovic, but they're not randoms. Bublik beating Sinner in Halle was more random than if Menchik won tonight. Menchik winning tonight or Fils winning? Fils winning would be a little bit more random than maybe Bublik. But Menchik winning tonight wouldn't be as random as Bublik. Because people forget that Bublik was like, he was coming off like a French Open quarterfinal, but all of a sudden he was like Like, I mean, that at that time, Bublik was not expected to beat Sinner. Menchik beating Sinner would just be like a welcome back Menchik. Anyways, good pickup by Alcaraz. 15-0. Lovely volleys. Lovely from Alcaraz. All right, as the return goes in the back of Alcaraz, volley from Khachanov in the net. All right, 15-40. Sorry, 15-30. Alcaraz wants that break. Khachanov sweating bullets already. All right, 15-30. Serve again. There's a fault. Svitolina's already done a break? What the hell? All right, Khachanov gets a 30-0. 30-0. By the way, Chad, I know I'm going to probably kick a hornet's nest, so I'm not going to do it yet. I'm just going to wait till this game's over. 30-0. As the return goes in the form of Khachanov. Good shot down the line. Alcaraz with a slice. Khachanov with a volley. Alcaraz going to get it with a pass, but it's in the net. Great hands by Khachanov at the net. 40-30. Svitolina broke back. Nice. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. Serve into the back of Alcaraz. Into the back of Khachanov. Alcaraz back into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz with the forehand. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Back into Alcaraz in the net. All right, Khachanov holds 2-0. Now, I was going to say, I'm glad that when we moved matches, we left all the Eala haters behind. I know there's some Eala fans that had to go to bed after that match, which is fair. But I'm so glad that we got into this match and I have not seen one person come in here start talking shit, which is so nice. So thank you for not being here. I was expecting at least the first 5 minutes to be like, see, Eala's not good. But it's nice. It's like, oh, wow. It's quiet. Hopefully they took my advice and they're commenting on the video. That's what I want to not read, but I want to do that because I'm not going to read it. But also do that. That's great. Go comment on that video because then YouTube think it's... Also, YouTube will recommend you more Eala content. I'm at the point now where I just think it's funny. Anyways, backhand in the net by Alcaraz, love 30. Please comment on all Eala videos from now on because you will get more Eala content because clearly that's what you want to have. You want to see that kind of stuff because otherwise you wouldn't interact with it. If you want to see Alcaraz stuff, comment on Alcaraz videos. Watch Alcaraz videos. Like that's how YouTube works. Like the more you watch of a player, the more you're going to see stuff from that player. Good or bad. Good or bad. Like if you watch players that you don't like, you're going to get recommended players you don't like, and then you're really going to get angry. Is that guy wearing goggles? What the hell? That guy's gone swimming. Where's that guy? That guy's wearing goggles. No, 15-30. That's a fashion statement, that one. All right. 15-30. There's a little chance here for Khachanov to get a break point as we're back and return to the back of Alcaraz. Khachanov can't get that one. Alcaraz too good. 30-0. 30-0. As Alcaraz serves again. To the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand again. The forehand of Khachanov. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. It's Khachanov. Oh, forehand hit the tape, went wide. All right. Alcaraz 40-30. All right, 40-30. Eala didn't play bad. Gauff was too strong. Look, when I say that, it sounds like an excuse. As the backhand return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz, into the backhand of Khachanov, to the forehand of Alcaraz. Khachanov with a forehand down the middle. Alcaraz backhand. Khachanov gets it with his backhand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand again down the line. Good shot. Alcaraz gets with a forehand. Khachanov a slice. Alcaraz comes to the net with a slice. Khachanov hits it in the net. Alcaraz too good. Jeez, he hits it so hard. 3-2. 3-2. Alcaraz leads. All right. 3-2. All right, 3-2. What are Khachanov strengths? His ground strokes and his serve is pretty strong. Is Gauff serve improving yet under new biomechanics coach? It's still a work in progress, to be honest. And it's not going to be overnight. It's not going to work overnight. She's been saying that in practice, it's been really, really positive. So it's just about translating it into matches. So that's a good sign. But yeah, it's just about a matter of translating it into the matches. She served well tonight. You know, double faults. Yeah, there was double faults, but it was better serving than against Mertens. Menchik rising star. Yeah, next match is super, super important. Chat, there's matches. We know this, right? We know that there's matches, the scout matches. We had one tonight between Anisimova and Andreeva. That was a scout match. We took notes. The next match is a scout match between Sinner and Menchik. Because if Menchik does push Sinner, that is a positive move for the younger generation. If he gets whooped, that's not a reality check, but it's almost like a stock take, right? I've gone, okay, so Menchik has still got some work to do, right? So that's why I'm so excited for the next one, because we didn't get to see Menchik versus Djokovic in Melbourne, which is exactly what I wanted to see, because I wanted to get an idea of where Menchik is at, because he's been on and off injured. He's been, up and down results since Miami, and we haven't seen him play these big boys enough. So we got robbed in Australia, because I think it would have been a really interesting fourth round match. And especially considering Djokovic made the quarters and nearly lost to Musetti, who knows what a healthy Menchik could have done. But then we get the Sinner one in the next match. So at least we get to see Menchik and can kind of take a bit of stock, take stock of what he can do. And where is he at right now? Because the measuring stick is Alcaraz Sinner, right? So if you can push them, then you're not that far away. But if you get whooped by them, then you've got some work to do. So I'm really excited to see the next one. And then we get to see Feast versus the winner of that, which I think is also exciting. Because then we can see where Feast is at right now as well. Tomorrow. It's 4 in the net by Alcaraz. 30 love. I tell you, Khachanov is working Alcaraz in these rallies. 3-1 Ruzic. Okay, so that match is just breaks all over, right? Is that a breakfast? Is it? That's breakfast, is it? Ooh, trailer for a Peaky Blinders movie came out. Ooh, let's go. I'll have to watch that later. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, 40 love. Yeah, Menchik's never played Sinner, so that's going to be interesting. 40 love. Serve again from Khachanov to the back end of Alcaraz. Forehand from Khachanov to the forehand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz smacks it in the net. 3-all. I tell you, Alcaraz, I wouldn't say he looks tired, but he's definitely having to work for these rallies, and he's making some errors. Khachanov is grinding on him. That's not the. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say he's grinding him down. He's grinding him down. He's grinding him down. And we saw Zverev do that in Australia. But this is not as hot as Australia. It's just sweaty. All right, first serve's a fault. Please don't clip that. All right, backhand return into the backhand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it out, love 15. All right, love 15. Serving to the backhand of Khachanov, one from Alcaraz in the net. Love 30. Love 30. Little chance here. Yeah, we'll just edit that out. It's fine. Tim. I said don't clip that. All right. First serve's a let. There's been ace from Alcaraz. All right, 15-30. All right, serve again. $15-30. Serve to the backhand of Khachanov. Good return. The backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand down the line. Alcaraz gets with a forehand cross. Khachanov slice. Alcaraz on the attack. As Khachanov backhand pass. Oh, it's behind him. What a shot by Khachanov. That was a beautiful little flick cross-court backhand behind Alcaraz, who was running to the net. We got break points, Khachanov. That was some smart tennis. Wow, okay. That was clean. Break points. Alcaraz serves. And he serves a fault. Second serve. Serving the forehand of Khachanov. Return the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov forehand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Into the backhand of Khachanov. Hits it in the net. Great depth by Alcaraz on the backhand. Even Khachanov just like, how did he hit the corner? 30-40. All right, Alcaraz serves again. Still break point here, Khachanov. Serve is a fault again. All right, second serve. Second serve. To the backhand of Khachanov. Great return. Alcaraz forehand cross court. Khachanov gets it with the forehand in the net. Even though it was a great return, Alcaraz was always going to get it. And when he gets there, he makes it count. Deuce. God, that's just got to break your heart every time. All right, deuce. Khachanov had a decent return too. By the way, don't forget to like the video. We're almost at 200 likes. Appreciate that. Serve to the backhand of Khachanov. Return goes out. No, in. Alcaraz goes down the line to the backhand of Khachanov. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov. Again to the slice of Alcaraz. Into the backhand of Khachanov. As Alcaraz backhand slice again. Khachanov with the backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz. Backhand down the line. Khachanov with a forehand down the line. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov slice. Alcaraz backhand goes down the line. Khachanov forehand slice is going long, and Alcaraz is too good. And it's advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. right, serve again. Into the backhand of Khachanov. Forehand from Alcaraz and the forehand Khachanov. Khachanov hits it wide. 4-3 Alcaraz. He keeps in front. But he had to fight for that one. 4-3. Yeah, is Ružić kicking ass? Watch out, 4-1. Madness. Yeah, she got 4-1 against Svitolina. By the way, where are all those people that were hating on Raducanu at the start of the week, talking about Ružić being a nobody? We need to start holding people accountable for what they say in the comments of hating on people. Where are those people that were like, Raducanu stinks, she's no good, yet Ružić is taking down the entire world? I mean, I don't know what you're like. You're obviously sleeping on a beast. Raducanu just came up against a giant. We just didn't know it yet. Where are all those people at? We gotta start writing down names. We gotta start writing down those names. Don't worry. I can go watch the chat replay. It's fine. I'll go watch the match. I'll go rewatch that match. Just take names. Just take the names. Okay. All right. Ružić form was terrible before the tournament started. It was. But it doesn't mean you can just be rude for the sake of it. You can write down some names. Yeah, Ružić took a set off Osaka in Australia, which was very tough. Alcaraz 4-3. Something tells me he might break here. I don't know. Who's this guy? He must be famous. He's on the TV. Hey, Hadar, thank you for the 45 months. In America, we have freedom of speech. Well, we're not in America. We're in Doha right now. And we're on the internet. The internet is global. By the way, people that are coming to the defense, I love it how I just make a joke and then people are like, excuse me, sir. What I said was, and I'm like, I didn't say you. Why are you reporting yourself? What are you doing? Excuse me, I was in that match actually, and what I meant to say, I didn't say you, but now I'm going to have a look at your messages. You weren't even here, were you? Excuse me, host, I have something to say. What I meant to say about Raducanu, don't get me wrong, she's a good player. Huh? Don't dob yourself in. It's all right. It's fine. It's for. It's been a long life. Backhand now from Alcaraz. Volley in the net by Khachanov. 15-0. By the way, Born, you weren't even saying anything. I'm not even referring to you. Don't defend those people. Trust me. Those people that were giving shit to Raducanu for no good reason, just being like, they do it. There's people out there that just do not have any, they don't like tennis players. They just hate tennis players. And we don't need those kind of people around. We don't need those constant negative, like it's one thing to support your favorite, but there's another to like come to matches where you don't like the player. That's crazy for me. Yeah, we don't need to save their bacon. 15-0. Was it a forehand down the line? The backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov with the backhand on the stretch. Alcaraz going for it now. Khachanov backhand again. The backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov keeping it deep. In the forehand side now. Alcaraz with a slice. Khachanov taking back the rally. Alcaraz with the forehand in the net. Nice angle from Khachanov. All right, 30-15. Cam is going nuts because Eala lost today. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry, none of your friends are here tonight. They're not here. Sorry, they left. They stayed at the Eala match. So you know, see you next week. Like I said, comment on the video. Don't comment in the chat. All right, 30-15. 7 to the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand now from Khachanov. The backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand to the forehand of Alcaraz. Khachanov puts up a lob. Bounce smash Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Forehand from Alcaraz. Drop shot. Khachanov gets it with a slice, but it's in the net. 30-all. 30-all. 30 all. Alcaraz wants this set over with. He's had to work for it, though. All right, 30 all. All. 7 to the point of Alcaraz. Point now from Khachanov. Goes long, and it's break point. Alcaraz, 30-40. He's just saved 2. Now he's got a chance to take the break. Alcaraz's draw is easier than Sinner. But then why is Alcaraz having a harder time than Sinner? Please do research before you say something that could be embarrassing. Ace on the line, day on the tee. I mean, look, we've watched Sinner and Alcaraz every match so far this week. Alcaraz has almost played 2 3-setters. Sinner has won both his match in straight sets. How is Alcaraz's draw easier? And he's struggling right now. How is it easier? Please educate me. How is Alcaraz's draw easier this week than Sinner's? To this point, Sinner's been easier. For the next matches, maybe, right? Maybe you don't rate Menchik and you don't rate Feast, but up until now, Sinner's had the better draw. He beat Mahatch pretty easily. I mean, I hate to say it, but he beat Popyrin pretty easily. He got through Popyrin without much of a sweat. And Carlos has avoided 3-setters twice. And the second one was against a guy that we hadn't even watched before. Like, that's not good. And also 4 all. But like I said at the start of the week, both of them have tricky draws. It was just a matter of their opponents being inspired. Like, Poppy could have been inspired, taking Sinner to 3. Mahatch could have put on a blinding performance and put Sinner in trouble. But I'm more surprised that Rinderknecht and Royer pushed Alcaraz as hard as they did. Because I thought, on paper, Sinner's draw was tougher at the start. But Sinner has handled it better so far. But then again, we know Rinderknecht is tough. We saw him nearly take Alcaraz out a couple of years ago. Roy is, I'm super impressed by how he played. Didn't know what he was going to bring, and he was making Alcaraz work so hard as Alcaraz serving volleys in the net, 15-0. Sinner didn't struggle against Popyrin. I don't know what... I don't know. He didn't struggle. There was only maybe one game in the second set where Sinner looked like he was in trouble. But most of the match, Sinner was... The first set, he was cruising. You just contradicted yourself, I think. What did I say? His backhand goes into the open court. All right. Why did Khachanov just stand there? What was that? 30-15. Sinner has gone through easier, but the draw has been tougher. Like, his opponents on paper were tougher before the week started. Yeah, but again, like I said, Rinderknecht is awkward as well. I mean, I think both of them had tricky draws. But Sinner's handled it better so far. Sinner had 0 break points on his serve. Can't call that struggling. Yeah. 40-15. Sinner's handled it better than Alcaraz so far. But I think if you're Jannik Sinner, you'd rather play Khachanov Rublev than Menchik's Feast, I think. Menchik and Feast just feel a little bit too unpredictable at this rate. Whereas you know what you're getting with Rublev. You know what you're getting with Khachanov. So I think if you're Alcaraz or Sinner right now, you'd rather be Alcaraz. Yeah, Rublev can beat Alcaraz and so can Khachanov can push him. But I think you'd probably rather play the two guys that you know more about, because Menchik has never played Sinner and Feast is, we don't know where he's at physically, in his comeback. So I'd probably, if I got to pick, I'd probably pick Khachanov and Rublev. At least I know what I'm getting. But it's cool that we get to have these conversations, because it's been such a long time since we've had Alcaraz and Sinner have to, we question what they're doing. Usually it's like, well, just wake me up for the final. And the backhand return goes in the backhand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits it wide. Man, Carlos is making some errors here. We get to deuce. Khachanov making him sweat. All right, back to deuce. Serving to the backhand of Khachanov. That goes deep into the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov forehand cross court. Alcaraz slices it back. Khachanov forehand again to the slice of Alcaraz. As Khachanov forehand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. As Khachanov backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Into the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz drop shot is in the net, and Khachanov deserved that point. He hit 3 amazing forehands, and Alcaraz chipped them back. And eventually he wins the point, Khachanov, but it would have been robbery had Alcaraz stolen that point off him. Because Khachanov put in all the work and Alcaraz almost did take it off him. But he didn't. Justice for Khachanov. Advantage Karen to take the break and serve for the set. Alcaraz serves. He serves a fault. All right, Khachanov just got to unleash on this second serve. He's just got to go for the line winner. He serves. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Khachanov does go on the attack. As with a backhand rally. Khachanov again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov now with a forehand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz on the stretch. Khachanov forehand down the line. Alcaraz gets it. Khachanov forehand down the line. Alcaraz gets it with a backhand, but he hits the winner. Alcaraz hits the winner. And he even looks at Khachanov and says, you can't get me. You're not getting me like that. You might grunt louder, but I got a better backhand. Even Khachanov just like, bro, just miss. You're allowed to miss. Just give me the break one time. What a ridiculous backhand. It looked like it was going out and it came back in. Like it was fading and it went bang on the line. And Khachanov just like, can you please just stop being yourself for like 2 seconds? Can you stop being the youngest career slam winner on the men's game? As a return goes out by Khachanov, advantage, Alcaraz. Alcaraz playing the best points when he needs them the most. And that's him. I'm going to play the highlight rally when I need to play the highlight rally. Not a 15-all. All right, serve again. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Return goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Khachanov wins the point. Alcaraz overhits it. And we get to deuce. Just because Sinner has handled it better does not prove that his draw has been easier. This is what you were saying. What are you saying? Anyways, good return. As with a drop shot into the volley of Khachanov, but Alcaraz is there with an easy volley winner. Khachanov just hit it to him a little bit too close to Alcaraz, and Alcaraz points to his ear, and the crowd go crazy, and the person that paid $1 million for him to be there is also going crazy. All right. Actually, no, I don't think they are going crazy. I don't know who paid the $1 million. Great drop shot, Khachanov. Alcaraz got it, and then the lob volley was, Khachanov. That was bad. That was not good. It was never going over Alcaraz's head. He's not the tallest guy, but you got to be better than that. All right, advantage Alcaraz. All right. Did the umpire just give a code violation? Alcaraz just got a time violation. Yeah, look, umpires are wrong. Umpires are wrong. Umpire, this is such a stupid... Yeah. Wait, hang on. Are they doing a review? Oh, no, it's a time violation. Okay. I thought she was doing a review. Yeah, I mean, he just played a freaking long-ass rally. Like, what did we do? Like, the thing that this does, and I know rules are rules, and, you know, you can throw your rule book out the window if you want. I don't care. But time violations suck the air out of the match. Like, they are so irrelevant. They are so stupid when it comes to, like Carlos has played at the point of the match. He played points at the point of the match. The crowd are going crazy. Everybody's on their feet. And then time violation. And everyone's just like, why? Like, come on. Like, read the room. Rules are rules. God, rules are rules is one of the most annoying things. That is such an annoying thing. Rules are rules. Where's common sense come into rules then? So rules are no common sense then. So rules are rules. Common sense, out the window. Like, come on. You can give Alcaraz 3 more seconds. I don't think Khachanov is going to get upset. He also played a long rally. He wouldn't mind a couple of seconds extra, I'm sure, on returns. Like, come on. And again, Alcaraz is going to the umpire because this is such a... And the umpire is trying to defend it. It's like, look, we need to figure out that this rule came in because Djokovic and Nadal were taking a minute between points. That's why this rule came in. Because Djokovic and Nadal were taking a long time between points and people were getting annoyed, and that was why we got this shot clock. But Alcaraz is not pushing the time to the... He's ready to serve. He's ready to serve. Why can't we just give him an extra second? It's not like he's getting the towel and it's 0. Like, you know what I mean? Like, common sense. And it just ruins... Like, I mean, I think Andy said it best. I think it was Andy who might have said it. Alcaraz just wasted 30 seconds arguing with the umpire. So the time violation wasted time. So it... You're bringing that rule... You're giving a time violation to stop the players wasting time, yet you've just wasted... whatever, 30 seconds to a minute of arguing. You know, like, that's counterintuitive. Like, you know, it doesn't make sense. Like, Alcaraz is celebrating with the crowd and the time's ticking. Let the man celebrate the point of the match. Let the crowd be on their feet. Let the clock go to 0 and give him a second to get ready again. Because you've just ruined the vibe of the match. Like... Does that, like, common sense? And again, if Khachanov was complaining about it, fine. But he's not. Khachanov was not like, it's 0, it's 0. He didn't give a shit either. Pet peeve. Pet peeve. Anyways, forehand down the line, the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand now from Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand is a winner. Love 15. And now Khashanov's like, thanks a lot. Now you pissed him off. Great. Thanks a lot, umpire. Now he's annoyed and he's going to blame me. And now I'm not going to get a game. So thank you, umpire. You've just ruined Khashanov's chances. Carlos is pissed. And that is not what he needed. Khachanov didn't need that in his life. He's already dealing with Alcaraz. Now he's got to deal with angry Alcaraz. Yay. Love 15. I'll tell you, no, look, don't poke the bear. No, don't slap the bear in the face. That's what happened there. The bear was slapped. It wasn't a poke. The bear was slapped and now it's coming for blood and Khashanov's the target. Yeah, Khachanov wanted to cancel it and said no. I mean, that's the thing. That's what's even crazier. Like, so many players have said, no, I wasn't ready. Like, Sabaziri, I think, said it to Sinner. I think somebody else said it to Djokovic, maybe. But, like, the opposition are like, no, I wasn't ready either. So you go, well, then the umpire's wrong. Because if both players weren't ready by the shot clock, then there shouldn't be an issue. If both players are on the same page when it comes to the shot clock in that particular moment. $15-all. Cam argument is so stupid. It's Karin's job to complain. It's not his job to complain to the umpire. But did you just hear what I said? Karin was saying, no, I don't want, like, I want to overturn that. So he was doing the opposite where he's like, I don't have a problem with it. Anyway, it's 30-15. Stupid rule. It needs to be changed. Forehand goes out by Khachanov and it's 30-all. Stupid rule has to be changed. There needs to be common sense involved in this decision. Because it ruins the vibe, it ruins the atmosphere, and it's a stupid rule. As a return goes into the backhand of Khachanov, backhand from Alcaraz, into the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz back into the line, Khachanov with a forehand cross court, Alcaraz gets it, but shanks it long. All right, Khachanov survives. Oh, he missed the catch. Oh, that guy had the catch and he missed it. That's all right, you're off the team. 40-30. And now everyone's looking at you because you missed the catch. That sucks. He must be... is he on the Australian cricket team? I don't watch cricket, so I wouldn't know. 40-30. As the return goes into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand down the line. Khachanov backhand on the stretch. Alcaraz backhand again. The backhand of Khachanov. Down the line to the forehand of Alcaraz, but Khachanov, oh, he missed it. He just missed it. He just missed it by a lot. Deuce. All right, deuce. There's been a forehand rally. Alcaraz again to the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand. Into the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz with a forehand. Goes long. Advantage Khachanov. Now, we're not going to talk about shot clock because I hate it. I feel like the shot clock just annoys me. Advantage Khachanov. I mean, this is the same umpire that gives Swiatek a lot of grief as well when she gets a little bit close to the clock. There are definitely umpires that have leniency, and there's definitely umpires that are, when they sit, they're waiting for that, they're counting it down in their heads. Like they're watching the shot clock going 3, 2, 1. Now I get to speak. And you go, shut up. Let Alcaraz point to his ear and celebrate with the crowd for 2 seconds. 4-4 rally. As Khachanov down the line, the backhand of Alcaraz, forehand of Khachanov, goes wide, and it's back to deuce. All right, we get to deuce. Yeah, there are umpires that are very... the shot clock is their favorite part of the game. They love the shot clock. They watch that more than the match. All right, serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov forehand. To the backhand of Alcaraz. And that's a win up. Alcaraz got a set point to take the first set. Watching the Feast highlights, and it's insane. Insane shot making. Nice. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. As the backhand return, goes wide and it's deuce. To be fair, Swiatek needs to get time violations like Nadal and Djokovic did. Yeah, look, okay. I don't think they should get rid of it, but there definitely needs to be a level of common sense when it comes to, if it's 15-all and someone's taking 30 seconds between points, that is annoying. As Khachanov just muscles a forehand down the line. Up goes a lob by Alcaraz. Bounce smash Khachanov. Alcaraz gets it back, but hits it long. Advantage Khachanov. Yeah, like, I mean, look, at 15 love, if you're taking a long time between points, you should be called up on that. But when it's 30-all and they've just played a marathon point and it's an important point in the match and the crowd's going nuts and, like, there just needs to be a little bit of common sense, man. 4-1 to 4-1 rally. As Khachanov hits it short, Alcaraz comes in net. Alcaraz a lob by Khachanov. Alcaraz smash. Khachanov gets it back with a forehand lob again. Bounce smash Alcaraz in the net. Oh no, it went wide. It went wide. He almost hit it in the net. And Alvaro's like, well, that wasn't what I told you to do. 5-all. I think Alcaraz changed his mind on that smash. He was going to go cross court. And Khachanov started running, and then Alcaraz changed his mind. You can see that Khachanov started to move as they show the replay. So Alcaraz hit the smash. Khachanov hit the lob. Bounce smash. And then I think Alcaraz changed his mind to go down the line. Because Khachanov started to sprint cross court, which he would have had the whole court to hit into. So Alcaraz had to put the smash away. And he made the error. 5-all. Longer rallies, longer shot clock. Exactly. That is common sense. Yes. I'm all for that. Start the petition. All right, return goes out by Khachanov. 15-love. I'll call the manager. Call me Karen Khachanov. I'll call the manager. 15-love. Serve. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Forehand now from Alcaraz. Drop shot. Khachanov drop shots it back. Alcaraz slice. Khachanov slice down the line. Alcaraz with a forehand cross court. Khachanov volley. Alcaraz can't get it. No, he does get it. Of course he gets it. Smash Khachanov off the tape. Alcaraz gets it back with a slice, but it's wide. And Khachanov goes nuts. He goes nuts. And then he says, no apologies. I'm taking that point. I'm not apologizing for that. 15-all. And the crowd are going nuts. Don't you dare give a time violation. You turn the microphone off now. Turn that microphone off. Don't you get involved. No, we don't need no time violations. Shut up. Khachanov with that smash got so lucky. He hit us off the top of the tape. He got so lucky. And then he was going like this. He's like, I'm not saying sorry. 15-all. As the return goes in the forward of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand on the stretch. Alcaraz volley. Too good. 30-15. 30-15. God, there's been some crazy rallies. All right, 30-15. The let win in Alcaraz's favor? Why would he apologize? What do you mean? I mean, it led Alcaraz back in the rally, but Alcaraz still was, like if it hit the tape and went closer to him, it would have been easier. It wasn't an easy shot. I have no sound. All right, Alcaraz in the net. 30-all. This is a fun match, yeah. I'll tell you, Khachanov is just ripping it. Why apologize if it went in his favor? No, I said it wasn't exactly in his favor. Like Alcaraz had to change direction and slip and slide, and then he sliced it wide. Don't analyze my analyzing. Don't ruin the moment. 30-all. Dude out here. The hell? This is as bad as the umpire calling a time violation. Let us get excited. He didn't apologize. Fuck it. 40-30. The hell? $40-30. Alcaraz to stay in front. I tell you, even though Khachanov has done all these things, he has nothing to show for it. Forehand now up goes a lob by Khachanov. And then Alcaraz puts it away. I mean, Khachanov has played great. He's still losing. It's still 6-5. He's down. He's still losing, so... Okay. All right, Alcaraz has the lead. Yo!
You hit a let and you don't apologize.
No. You don't have... I mean, you do sometimes. You can. I mean, that's... people getting shitty at people in the crowd being disrespectful, but, you know, that's all right. We'll do that. Khachanov has to win this set. Otherwise, it means nothing. Paul played great, but couldn't put a dent in Alcaraz. Yeah. And this could be the same. I'll tell you this. I don't think Alcaraz appreciated Khachanov not apologizing, because they just showed a replay from a different angle, and the angle that I saw before was Khachanov doing this. The second that Alcaraz hit the slice, he looked at Khachanov as if he was waiting for Khachanov to like put the hand up and say sorry, and he turned out Khachanov, and Khachanov was doing this, and Alcaraz kind of looked at his coaches and was like, "Oh, okay." So I don't think Alcaraz appreciated that Khachanov didn't at least give a little bit of an acknowledgement that he got a little bit lucky with that smash. Alcaraz looked straight at him and was like, okay, we're not, okay. And then he looked at the coaches and was just kind of like, I don't know. I don't think Carlos appreciated it too much. I mean, that's the last thing Khachanov needs, is to piss Alcaraz off even more. By the way, check out this chat. I got this from a thrift store. It's from the 70s. All right. Khachanov. Forehand into the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov just trying to get to a tiebreak. As the backhand goes into the volley of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 15-love. Love. Sinner is slightly better than Alcaraz. Ooh. Ooh. That's an interesting thing to say. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, look, I'm not saying that you're not wrong or right, but I mean, we're the Alcaraz fans. That's a Sinner's playing next. You should say that in the next match. This is maybe not the match to say that. That's a risky move. 7 slams. I don't know. 30 love. All right, this is a back into the net by Alcaraz. 40 love. 40 love. Khachanov get to this tiebreak. Serve again. Serve to the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Khachanov. Alcaraz slice. The forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand slice in the net. Khachanov gets to the tiebreak. All right. Look, I get it. Khachanov making it close. Cool. But also, it doesn't mean shit. And I'm sure he didn't come here to lose close. So, we can all, give Khachanov a round of applause for, getting to a tiebreak. But I don't think he's happy with that. He wants to win. So, I don't care if he pushes Alcaraz. He has to win to make it count. A lot of players have pushed Alcaraz in matches before, but they lose anyway. And it doesn't mean anything. Khachanov has to win this set. Otherwise, what's the point? Lob goes up. Alcaraz bounce smash. Oh, it's in the net. 1-love Khachanov. That was a gift. And I think Khachanov knows it. He should say thank you. He should say thank you. 15 love. Alcaraz had 22 errors. 8 errors from Khachanov. Wow, that's clean. You're right, he is playing well. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Alcaraz backhand now from Khachanov. And then Alcaraz backhand goes long. All right. 2 love. To love Khachanov. All right, serve again. Is an ace. 3 love. All right, Khachanov. It's only 1 mini break, but 3-0. Khachanov got nothing to lose, and he's making the most of it. No nerves at all, and that's a dangerous opponent to face at any time. Yeah, you are correct on many of those things for sure. All right, first is a fault. It's also one thing to like go into the match with that mindset, but it's another thing to also forget that you've lost all the matches you played against this guy. So, I mean, there's two things. Anyways, Khachanov down the line with the backhand. Alcaraz gets it with a slice. Khachanov 4 on the stretch. Oh, what a winner! And now Khachanov says, I'm sorry that I'm better than you right now. 4 love. Khachanov, I think, almost rolled his leg. He almost flipped over as well. 4 love Khachanov. He can't miss. He's supposed to win this set, apparently. Did it go through the net? That was crazy. How'd that go over the net? Yeah, Khachanov, he was going to celebrate and he went, no, I'm sorry. Sorry for that one and the other one. All right, 4 love. All right, return goes in the back end of Alcaraz. He puts that away. 4-1. Tournament directors are all asking for their money back. Hey, look, non-refundable. Sorry. 1.3 mil, non-refundable. You didn't read the fine print. You didn't read it. It was non-refundable. Sorry. No takebacks. 4-1. Serve at the front of Alcaraz. Return. Goes out. 5-1 Khachanov. This is impressive. All right. 5-1. Okay. Uh, 5-1. Khachanov, 2 points away from the set. 7 to the 4 of Alcaraz. Return goes 4 to Khachanov. Oh, he rips it down the line. Six one. 6-1. Khachanov is playing some crazy shots. Just grip and rip. All right. 5 set points for Khachanov. Return goes in the front of Alcaraz. Khachanov. Down the line to the back end of Alcaraz. Khachanov. Can't get that one. Alcaraz way too good. 6-2 Khachanov. Serve again. Into the back end of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand. Into the forehand. Khachanov with a stretch. Alcaraz goes down the line with the forehand. Khachanov slice. Goes just wide. Whew, he almost stole that point. And he knows it, Khachanov. He's like, that would have been pretty incredible. 6-3. You reckon Khachanov adrenaline could serve the entire second set? Now, I think Alcaraz is going to win the second set 6-1. We've seen this before. Like, Khachanov might win this set in an hour and 10 minutes, but the next set, as a return, goes out. There it is. Khachanov, first set, 7-6. But I don't know. We've seen Alcaraz lose a set like that before, and then the next set he just gets a little serious. I don't know. Next set might be. Khachanov going to keep this intensity. Otherwise, all of a sudden we're going to be in a third set. We know this. This has happened before. But Khachanov, great first set. He played an incredible set, and he deserved that set too from all the work that he put in. He put in a very, very solid set of tennis. He was better on serve, and that was the main thing. Then, by the way, no breaks of serve in that set. 3 break points each. Khachanov with an 8.8 performance rating over a 8.4 for Alcaraz. That's crazy. He was better on the ground. It felt like he was better on the ground. 17 winners to only 3 winners Khachanov? Okay, maybe not. But way less errors from Khachanov. 3 winners, 8 errors. Alcaraz, 21 errors and 17 winners. So Alcaraz playing super aggressive. Khachanov losing he only won 2 out of 10 at the net. Don't go to the net. My advice, don't go to the net. Do not go to the net, Khachanov. Stay back. Rip from the baseline. Do not approach the net. All right, I'm just having a look here. So when Alcaraz loses the first set, he's come back 50 times and lost 58 times. Last time he lost from a set down and didn't come back was against Sinner in the ATP finals. He lost the first set in a tiebreak, lost in straights. He did come back from a set down in the Australian Open final against Djokovic. But yeah, last year, when he was down 1 set, he came back 7 times, lost 5. And those 5 were to Draper, Lehechka here, Rune, Fritz, and Sinner. But I don't know. I don't know. I just got a feeling that Alcaraz might just get a little... He might just... I don't know. I don't know. Alcaraz might just want to play a third set real quick. All right, good serve, Khachanov. Khachanov has to pretend he lost that set and play as crazy as he was. Hey, sure. Thank you for the membership. Appreciate it. All right, 30 love. As we serve from Khachanov to the front of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand winner, 40 love. Alcaraz didn't attempt to get that back. He knew he was done. No, 40 love Khachanov. Solid start for the second. Serve again. And the return goes out from Alcaraz. 1 love Khachanov in the second. Now we've got Sinner taking on Menchik after this. Just don't go anywhere. It's a big day of tennis. We've been streaming, I think, 8 hours straight to this point. I think, right? Because we didn't get a break between matches in the last 2. Alcaraz wins the set 6-4 and then the third 6-1, you reckon? Okay. All right, well, Khachanov. Are people still sending postcards? Yeah. I went to the PO box the other day. And it was I got a couple of cards. But yeah, send postcards. Keep sending them. Alcaraz 15 love. Is Svitolina winning the second or is she losing? What's going on? Oh, back on serve. Oh, no. 15-0. All right, 15-0. Serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. As a backhand return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Backhand up from Khachanov. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Crossed into the forehand of Khachanov on the stretch. But Khachanov hits it wide, and it's 30-15. (30-15). As we just serve again. Return goes the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand to the slice of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand cross-court in the net. 30-all. Now, Chad, if Alcaraz was to lose this match, right? If. Yeah, okay, he hasn't played well. Like, he could play better. But you got to give Khachanov the credit. Because he is playing so aggressively. And he is, Alcaraz is making errors, but Khachanov has got to be the reason. You got to give him the credit for making Alcaraz make the errors. Not forced errors, but like putting that pressure on Alcaraz to go for it. Khachanov has been a beast. I don't think I've seen Khachanov play this aggressive. Like, he usually plays deep in the baseline and plays that kind of like, his Zverev game. Rips the forehand, but he stays back. Tonight, he's like, he's going, like, he's grip and rip. Serve the backhand of Khachanov. Return the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov forehand. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand goes cross court. Khachanov gets on the stretch, but it's in the net. And it's 1-all. This is the best I've ever seen Karen play. Yeah. Usually he's just like, reacting to the opponent. But tonight he's like, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to hit. It's cool to see. All right. First serve's a fault, second serve. As Alcaraz returns into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand in the net. 15-love. Stop positive talking Khachanov. All right, I forgot. This is an Alcaraz fan channel. I mean, you might be. It could be. It could be. Could be. 15-love. As the return goes the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz slice to the forehand of Khachanov, who hits it in the net. Alcaraz hit the line with a slice down the line. That's 15-all. $15-all. The umpire is right with the code violation. She gave him extra time. Okay. $15-all. Great serve down the tee. Lob goes up. Khachanov comes in. Lob goes up again. Bounce smash from Khachanov. He puts it away. 30-15. I have a question. Why and whose shirts do you hang on that wall? When, why, and whose shirts? So the Alcaraz shirts. When? When he wins? Why? Because. It looks cool. And I like collecting tennis stuff. And I like collecting. I think collecting tennis jerseys is not a thing that happens, and I'm trying to make it a thing. I feel like every other sport you collect the jerseys, so why not tennis? I'm a steal your wall. I'm gonna punch you right in the mouth if you do that. Don't you dare. You stay home. Get out. Stay away. You back off. Hey, you back off. You back off. Don't you dare. I'm gonna fight you. Why don't you buy Sinner shirts? For once, not all his kits are like the AO. I explained this already. Why do I have to repeat myself every stream? 2-1 Khachanov. The reason why I don't have any Sinner shirts is because they're ugly. No. It's not because they're ugly. It's because I can't get them, because they're impossible to find. You send me a link to get a Sinner shirt that he won a Grand Slam, and I will look into getting it. But there's nothing less than $500. I'm not spending $500 on Sinner's Australian Open shirt. I can't, that's ridiculous. These ones I bought when they came when Alcaraz won, so they were instantly I bought them, for the asking price. I'm sure if you try to buy one of these now, they're probably gone up, right? I can't buy Sinner stuff without it being, without me, living on the streets. It's brutal, man. First of all, when I decided to do this, I bought the US Open one first because I found that one at a good price, and I was like, okay, I'll get that one. And then I went to look at the Sinner stuff, and I couldn't find anything under $500 for a shirt. And I went, well, I'll just get Alcaraz stuff because I can't find the Sinner stuff. Sinner shirts are impossible to find. Look, I could probably get the next one he wins, right? Maybe. But I'm also but then I don't have the other 4. So then it's well, I've got his 5th Grand Slam, but I don't have his first 4. Yeah. So I tried, but I can't get Sinner shirts. Well, let me go Sinner, US Open 2020. Actually, I'll go Sinner Australian Open last year. 2025. Because I would love to have Sinner shirts too. Don't get me wrong. I want Nadal, Federer. I want a Djokovic shirt, Alcaraz. I'd love to have Sinner shirts too. But man, I mean, no one's selling them. No one wants to give them up. You find a guy who wants to get rid of his Sinner shirts, and I'll put my hand up. I can find one Sinner shirt that looks like it's $350, $50 postage, $400 for a Sinner shirt. I'm not there yet. I buy Alcaraz shirts for a quarter of the price. Yeah, somebody's selling the Sinner shirt from the 2024 Australian Open for $515. I'm not buying a $500 shirt. I can't, that's crazy. It's too late to get Sinner stuff. Unless somebody wants to send it to the PO box. Anyway, it's 40 love. Because I would love to have Sinner stuff too. I would love to have Sinner and Alcaraz shirts on the wall. It'd be awesome. But I was too late for Sinner. I might get the next shirt that Sinner wears at the Australian, maybe the French Open or Wimbledon or whatever. But yeah, it's not easy finding. I mean, it's probably hard to find the Alcaraz shirts too. I mean, if I look up Alcaraz, let's go with Alcaraz US Open 2025. I mean, those shirts are like $300 now, right? I mean, $2024 Roland Garros shirt, the blue one here. Someone selling for $200, maybe $300. So again, I mean, if I'm lucky I got the Alcaraz shirts, really. I really like the kits that team wore. Yeah, for sure. I'm only getting the winning kits, by the way. I'm not getting every kit, just the ones that they win in. But I might get the next one. I'll try and get the next Sinner one. But I'll look at my wall and it'll just feel incomplete because I'm missing 4. And then I have to go buy them. And then that's when I'm going to spend, a small fortune just getting 4 shirts. Anyways, Khachanov hits it out. 15 love. I'd love 15. Which kits do I like the most from Alcaraz and Sinner? I definitely like the Australian Open one from this year for Alcaraz. I think that one's that one and the blue one, I think, are his best kits. The Australian Open kit this year, I thought was a really good one. Anyways, Khachanov in the net, love 30. And yeah, the blue, I don't even mind the US Open one. The 2022 US Open was pretty good too. Like, I don't mind the orange one either. No, I love 30. The Wimbledon ones are just Wimbledon. So, I mean, they're not really that iconic because they can't be iconic. They have to just be the same. As with a backhand lob by Alcaraz, but goes in the net, 15-30. 15-30. Once I get into some hockey bets, I just might try to surprise you. That's one thing I do bet on. Okay. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Good luck with your hockey. All right, backhand on the stretch from Alcaraz to backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand to the volley of Khachanov, and that's long. It's 15-40 Alcaraz. Here we go. All right, 15-40. The square cutoff is awful. What, you mean the US Open one? I mean, I like the colours of it. I think the Australian Open this year was one of the best ones. And I think the navy one with the sleeves, the French Open 24, that was, I like that one as well. I think that one was good. As we return now to the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand, down the middle of the backhand of Khachanov. Khachanov hits it out, Alcaraz breaks. 3-2. Alcaraz leads in the second. That's the first break of the match. 3-2 Alcaraz. All right. 3-2. Rafa in the orange, always a good one. Yeah, I've got Rafa blue when he won his 20th slam. I think the Rafa purple at the when he won the Oz Open is tough. Like, Rafa shirts are hard to find too. Like 2022 Rafa shirts. Oh, actually, hang on. Ooh. Hang on. Hang on a second. What size is this? XL. Ooh. Ooh, hang on. Hold up. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Anyway, but Rafa shirts, most Rafa shirts are pretty gnarly. Like this 2022 French Open is $400. That's crazy. Like $400 for that was his final slam. So I mean, like, yeah, the Alcaraz US Open shirt, people sell them for $500. What the hell? I mean, it was his first Grand Slam. Anyways, maybe I could get a couple more Nadal shirts for reasonable prices. Anyways, Khachanov too good, love 15. Yeah, the purple Raf is iconic, though, right? All right. First serve default, second serve. As we're forehand now into the slice of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits a wide love 30. Love 30. All right, as Alcaraz too strong, 15-30. All right, nice serving from Alcaraz again, 30-0. Roger in red was the equivalent of the Tiger Woods red. I think Roger in the black outfit was the that felt like that felt scary. I'll tell you what, a jersey that I would love to get would be Federer 2017, where he wore that stripy, like the stripy one when he won the AO. But I'll never find that one for a price. All right, nice hitting by Alcaraz, 40-30. That shirt is those shirts are ridiculous. If you can find them. I found one being sold for $380. 40-30. As we had a half volley pickup by Alcaraz. Khachanov gets with a pass lob. The lob goes long. 4-2. Alcaraz holds. 4-2 in the second. All right. All right, first serve is a fault. Second serve. The return goes out by Alcaraz. 15-love. $15-love. Return goes out by Alcaraz. 30-love. Serve is a fault. Second serve. As we backhand return now into the slice of Khachanov. Lob goes up. And then we get a nice volley or smash by Alcaraz. 30-15. By the way, what's going on in the other match? Oh, Svitolina's gone to a third. Okay. All right, first serve the fault, second serve. Second serve. As the return goes in the backhand of Khachanov. Backhand out from Alcaraz into the forehand of Khachanov. Into the back of Alcaraz. Khachanov wins the point. Alcaraz overhits at 40-15. As with a let. And then a fault. Second serve. And another let. And then he double faults. All right. What a point. 40-30. No, 40-30. Khachanov to keep close. Serving to the front of Alcaraz. Return goes long. And it's 4-3 Alcaraz with a break in the second. So yeah, we've got Sinner coming up after this, which at this stage is going to be happening in an hour or so. It's going to be a long day, but that's all right. I'm prepared. Mentally. Menchik might also peak against Sinner later on. We can only hope. So apparently Svitolina is up 1-love in the third against Rujic. My dream is for Rublev to beat Alcaraz in the semi and Sinner in the final. Hey, look, I'd love Rublev to win the whole thing. That would be great. All right. 4-3 Alcaraz. Four, three. I'm starting to get hungry, but I know it's late, so I'm not going to eat. I'll tell you, chat, it has been a long year. It's been a long, long year. And hopefully next week we'll have a bit of a... We can actually review it. All right, love 15. All right, love 15. As 15 all. As a return goes out by Khachanov, 30-15. Serve again. There's an ace down the tee. Oop. 40-15. As the return goes into the backhand of Alcaraz. Forehand now from Khachanov to the forehand of Alcaraz. Khachanov forehand again. And then Alcaraz hits it wide. 40-30. All right, 40-30. And the return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz here. It's a drop shot. And Khachanov puts in the net. 5-3. All right. All right. Khachanov serving to stay in the set. As Khachanov comes in and puts it long, and Alcaraz is just too good. Love 15. Khachanov needs to hold here, so at least he can serve first in the third. Mia's not here. She's asleep. 15 love. As the return goes out by Alcaraz, 15 all. All right, it's Khachanov too strong, and it's 30-15. All right, 30-15. Do you think has a chance to achieve calendar slam? What, Alcaraz? Ask me at Wimbledon. 30-15. That's a question for when we get to Wimbledon. Ask me that in the second week of Wimbledon. Double fault, 30 all. 30 all. Khachanov serves again. As the return goes in the net by Alcaraz. 40-30. As we're back into the forehand of Khachanov, backing out from Alcaraz. No, Khachanov went long with his forehand, and we get to deuce. As the return goes to forehand, Khachanov back into Alcaraz in the net, and Khachanov gets to advantage. All right, advantage Alcaraz. Khachanov hit it long. Advantage Alcaraz to get the set. Khachanov has just made too many errors in this second set. Advantage Alcaraz. As the return goes into the net, Khachanov hangs on. Deuce. And yes, I know I said advantage Khachanov, so just, it's been a long night. All right. It's Khachanov, good serve. Return goes out by Alcaraz. Advantage Khachanov now. Svitolina 2-1 up in the third against Ružić. All right, advantage Khachanov to make Alcaraz serve the set. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Khachanov forehand down the line in the net. Back to deuce. Back to deuce. As Khachanov serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Return goes into the forehand of Khachanov, and he nails the forehand down the line. Advantage Khachanov to make Alcaraz serve for it. All right. Serve again. Here's a fault. As the Alcaraz backhand goes to the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz slice. As Khachanov backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. The lob goes wide. Khachanov hangs on. That. Alcaraz is going to serve for the second. But a good hold by Khachanov. He gives himself a chance to at least serve first in the third. All right. Oh, man. Tell you, chat, next week I'm crashing. I am going to crash. That is a fact. Next week I am going to crash. Where are we watching from? I haven't asked that in this match. Where are we watching from? Mark Cam's words, yep. I am going to a staycation. No, I'm not going to drive a car. I'm saying I'm just going to crash, like, physically into my floor. I'm just going to face plant. All right, we got Dubai, UK, Mexico City, Chicago, London, Argentina, Colorado, Madrid. A lot of people from Florida in the house. What's up? We got Panama, Japan, Lisbon, India, Indiana, Utah, Sri Lanka, Netherlands, Ohio, Germany, Georgia, Massachusetts, Slovakia, Belgium, Italy. All right. Good serve by Carlos. 15 love. Ooh, 15 love. A bit of fault second serve. Somebody's watching from their house. Well, that's good to know. As a return goes the backhand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz hits a winner down the line. 30 love. All right. Nice hitting by Carlos. 40 love. Alcaraz to take us to a third. $40 love. Ace to finish. All right, we're going 3, baby. Another 3-setter for today. Okay. All right. We're going 3. Alcaraz takes the second. Much better set by Alcaraz. 8.6 performance rating compared to a 7.6 for Khachanov. Khachanov had no break points against the Alcaraz serve, and Alcaraz had the 2 break points and converted the one. Only 1 break point has been converted for the match. All right. Carlos then went to grab his towel, but was given a tie violation before he served again. What? Cam, will you shave your head if Alcaraz loses this set? No. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? All right. Alcaraz, by the way, very, very loud vamoses after that, which I love. All right. Sinner match starts after this. All right. Much better set by Alcaraz. Khachanov needs to get back to that first set form because he ain't going to win this unless he plays somewhat like that. All right, who's winning the final set, chat? Can Khachanov cause the upset? Svitolina up 3-2, looking super tough for Ružić. Okay. The ladies are on serve in the third. Cool. Alcaraz easy 6-2. All right. Time violation, it means when you take too much time and you get in trouble for it on your serve. All right, here we go. Khachanov to serve. In the forehand of Alcaraz. Khachanov forehand down the line. Alcaraz backhand on the stretch. Khachanov. Backhand to the forehand of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Khachanov. To the slice of Alcaraz. Khachanov. Backhand again to the backhand of Alcaraz. Sliced. Into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand. To the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz slice. Khachanov gets it. Goes down the line. The backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov. Backhand down the line. Winner. Great start. 15 love. Beautiful hitting by Khachanov. All right, 15 love. All right, first serve, fault, second serve. As we drop shot. Error by Alcaraz. 30 love. We got a fault second serve. Serve again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Good return. The slice of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand. To the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand on the stretch. Goes down the line. That's a great shot. 30-15. By the way, Chad, if we do play Topspin 2K on stream, Alcaraz has to be the best player in that game, right? He's got to be the best player in that game. Like, he's got to be... You've got to be Alcaraz in that game, right? Well, there's no way you can't be Alcaraz. He's got to be the best player in the game. All right, good serving Khachanov, 40-15. All right, first serve is a let. All right, as we had a lovely volley by Alcaraz. 40-30. The tournament's getting their money's worth. Anyways, up goes a lob by Alcaraz. It goes wide. Khachanov, one love. All right, one love Khachanov. I opened Twitter. Well, that was your first mistake. One love Khachanov. Ace T. Sorry, what did you say? What did you do? I opened Twitter. That was bad. But what did you do that for? All of my oomphes were crashing, and Sinner fans celebrating like, hello, we just won a career Grand Slam. Who cares about ATP 500? Yeah, why'd you go to Twitter? Everybody knows you should be on Blue Sky, right? Everybody knows you should be on Threads. What are you doing on Twitter? We left Twitter behind. We're all hanging out over on Threads. What are you talking about? Trust me, you go over to Threads or Blue Sky. That's where it's at. Twitter. That was your mistake. 4-1 rally. 30 love Alcaraz. He's going to find out down the line from Khachanov to the back end of Alcaraz. Oh, Alcaraz hit the line and bit of an air swing from Khachanov. 40 love. Threads is so much better. Yeah. All right, Alcaraz holds. 1-1. I need to leave Twitter. It's toxic. Yeah. You definitely can't have a conversation on Twitter, I'll tell you that much. More of a fight. You got to go to Twitter with boxing gloves. If you're gonna go on Twitter, you need to make sure you're wearing a helmet and a mouthpiece, like a mouth guard. Maybe bring some brass knuckles or something. Like you got to be prepared. You can't be going to Twitter with with just your hands. Well, that's not gonna work. You got to run. You got to run up there you got to at least be wearing a helmet. I'd bring a baseball bat personally, just in case. You just never know. You just walk in, just in case. You just never know. Blue Sky is a leftist dungeon. What does that mean? Anyways, Alcaraz drop shot in the net. 15 love. Stranger Rowdy on Twitter, yeah. Right, so I heard some very interesting things about why Twitter is the way it is now. Yeah. Blue Sky. Anyways, backhand. Into the backhand slice of Alcaraz, and it's 30 love. All right, 30 love Khachanov. All right. 40 love Khachanov. All right, 40 love Khachanov to stay in front. Final set. Drop shot Khachanov, too good. All right, 2-1. Khachanov, final set. All right, final set. All right. Someone made a joke that Juan Carlos Ferrero is in Doha, and that's why Alcaraz is pissed off. Really? Is he though? Khachanov is a highly respected player on tour like Monfils, but with less exciting game style. Oh yeah, Khachanov is legit. Karin is playing his heart out. He's got a good chance of winning against Carlos. Today, Carlos off today with his shots. Well, in the second set he was back, but if Khachanov could just keep holding and then get a crack at the return, you just never know what could happen. Khachanov won in Paris like 8 years ago. There was a shock upset in the final where he took out Djokovic. I remember because I didn't watch it. It was when I just started the channel and I'm like, I'm not going to watch that final. It's on at 3 a.m. and I have to work. Woke up the next day. I should have watched that final. It was really interesting. True story. All right. All right. All right. First serve is a fault. Second serve. As Alcaraz comes to the net, puts away the drop shot. 15 love. X is the best. Do you drive a Tesla? Asking for a friend. That's cool, man. I know. I've seen a Tesla. Backhand rally. As that goes out by Alcaraz 15-0. Cool. And with a slice into the backhand of Khachanov, but Alcaraz with a lovely drop volley winner. 30-15. Khachanov has a big Western grip on the forehand like Big Foe. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a full Western. It's called a full Western grip. Most players have a semi-Western grip. He has a full Western, which is risky because you could shank it. It's very hard. I mean, if you ever try as a joke to try and play with that kind of grip, it is pretty ridiculous. Jack Sock had a similar grip. Yeah, it's a very tough grip to try and use. All right, 40-15 Alcaraz to level. As the return goes a volley of Alcaraz, he puts it away. And it's 2-all. 2-all. Not sure if anyone calls it X. I don't know. I think it's a good source for like information, and it keeps you up to date with stuff. Like, it's definitely not like all bad. I just think having conversations on there is probably not productive. It's just got a little bit more of an aggressive energy. But so does most social media these days. Yeah. By the way, chat, did you know that, you know how Andy Roddick always refers to Twitter fingers? You know that's from a song? Does anybody know the song that's from? You know how Andy Roddick is always talking about Twitter fingers when people are like, just like, mouthing off on Twitter? Do you know what song that's from? I only remembered it today when I was listening to it. I was like, holy shit, I forgot that it was from this song. Don't Google it. But it's a great song. Go Google it. Love 30, by the way. I was like, oh yeah. I knew I heard that somewhere. One of the great diss tracks of all time. Love 30. Serving to the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Khachanov. That's a great shot. Alcaraz gets it back though. As Khachanov forehand. Alcaraz forehand goes into the volley of Khachanov. Great volley. Alcaraz gets it though. And overhits it. Khachanov survives. 15-30. Hey, Brendan. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. No, not hit him up, but that's a great diss track too. Hit him up is like that might be. Is that the best diss track of all time? That song is. Yeah, that song has got some. That song is aggressive. No, because Twitter wasn't around in the 90s, so it can't be from that. Thanks, Brendan. Brendan, it doesn't restart because you've still got the purple ball. It just hasn't shown up. You might have to put your milestone card in the chat, and then it'll show how many months you've been here. But thank you for coming back. As we're to find out from Alcaraz, that goes long, and it's 30-all. 30-all. There was a 1950s version of Hit 'Em Up, and it was hilarious. Yeah, I've heard like 1950s versions of 50 Cent. They're classic. Andy, you nailed it. Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. Back to back. We're going. That was one of the great diss tracks ever. And it turned into one of his greatest songs. Anyways, back. That's when you know it's a good diss track. It just turns into a regular song and nobody knew it was a diss track. It's a great diss track. All right, anyways, that's in the net by Khachanov. It's 30-40. 30-40. Yeah, Lynn, you got it right too. A lot of people get it right. All right, 30-40. Listen to that song. It's good. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, Svitolina won. There we go. Ooh. Rematch. Rematch. We got some rematches. Khachanov too good. He gets a deuce. Rematch. Svitolina Gauff. Gauff's worst match of the year so far. She's going to have to try and turn the tables. And then we've got Anisimova Pegula, which is arguably Anisimova's worst match of the year so far. So, hey, we got some rematches. Love that. Despite all the players not playing this tournament, Khachanov hits a ridiculous angle. What is even that angle? Advantage Khachanov. All right, advantage Khachanov. To stay in front. First serve's a fault. Second serve. As a return goes into the front of Khachanov. But he hits it long. Alcaraz gets back to deuce. I tell you, this has been a grind. Alcaraz has worked his ass off for this match. So has Khachanov, and it's not over yet. This is work. Talking about diss tracks. Apparently you don't know Marshall Mathers. Yeah. Who is that? Deuce. Who is that? Yeah. I'm sorry, I've never heard of that person. As we get a drop shot now to the forehand of Alcaraz. He puts it down the line for a winner. Advantage Alcaraz. Speaking of Marshall Mathers, you know who has one of the greatest diss tracks that you'll never know? Mariah Carey. But Eminem's the GOAT. We all know, everybody knows that, right? Advantage Alcaraz. But actually, have you heard Obsessed by Mariah Carey? That's like a sneaky diss track. Nobody, unless you watch the film clip, you wouldn't know. Advantage Alcaraz. Good serve out wide. Alcaraz gets it back. Backhand down the line from Khachanov. Alcaraz passing shot winner. That's just too good. Carlos points to his ear. Shakes the fist. He's not going to get a time violation because they're changing ends. All right. Marshall Mathers is Eminem. Yes. Yes, he is. I've watched 8 Mile. Superman was great. That's a great song. Want to see my Alfredo chicken pizza? Nah, I'm too hungry. I don't want to see food. Mathers GOAT, not my job to make corrections, but I value people's opinion. Nobody asked. Nobody that's is it like it's common knowledge that Eminem's the GOAT? Like, hasn't that been established? I'm pretty sure it's been established. Pretty sure it's just common knowledge. It's like saying Djokovic is the GOAT of tennis. If you say anything else, it's hard to deny. It's hard to argue. I'm not saying that. I'm not a rap aficionado, but I've just heard that on the streets, everybody says that he is the GOAT. Wow, it seems like Alcaraz will find a way to win. Yeah. I mean, Khachanov was playing at such a high level. He was, he had to, it was always going to be tough to get back there. Drake is the GOAT. Okay. Lil Wayne's the GOAT. Lil Wayne is great. I do love some of his stuff. All right, 15 Love. Vanilla Ice is the GOAT. Yeah, okay. All right. MGK. I don't think he's a rock star. He's a punk rock star. I don't think I'm pretty sure he plays guitar. Anyways, forehand lob. Alcaraz puts it in, of course. 30 Love. Logic's better than Drake bar for bar. Okay. Biggie was a lyrical genius. Oh, I have no doubt. Biggie was. I love you know, that Biggie song that he sings. I love that song. 30 love. Is it called Kick in the Door? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Kick in the Door. I'm a fat like I like that one. It's a good one. 30-15. As Alcaraz serves again. That track is fire. Yeah. That's what I gotta get. I gotta get Biggie CDs. That's what I gotta get. That's what I gotta get. All right, 30-15. Khachanov on the attack. He comes in there with the backhand. Alcaraz with the pass. There's a lob again. Of course it goes in. Khachanov tries to lob it back. But Alcaraz is going to let it bounce and hit a smash. And put it away. 40-15. Alcaraz just knows how to find the baseline. All right, 40-15. I've got to watch, I've got that Notorious, the movie. I got to watch that. I got to watch that. All right, 40-15. There's a bit of slice. And the forehand goes wide by Khachanov. All right. 4-2. Carlos, final set. All right, 4-2. All right. First serve is a fault, second serve. Remember, Khachanov hasn't broken Alcaraz at all today. He's had some break points, but he hasn't broken. All right, slice goes into the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz backhand into the forehand of Khachanov. As Alcaraz forehand goes cross-court. Khachanov into the forehand of Alcaraz, down the line, the backhand of Khachanov. Alcaraz. Backhand goes long. 15 love. Kick in the door, waving the 4-4. That's it. That's it. I just love the start of that, where it's like, when the beat at the start of that is just like epic. And then he's just like talking. It's just like, oh, and then he gets into it. You're like, that's sick. Like, I just like I love that. Just how that song starts. It's sick. All right, back into the net by Alcaraz, 30 love. I'm going to listen to that song between matches. Not another song that I've been listening to. No Vaseline by Ice Cube. Crazy. Crazy. That song is crazy. That song is crazy. Anyways, 40 love. That song is nuts. 40 love. As Khachanov serves again. As the return goes into the slice of Khachanov. Forehand from Alcaraz goes wide. All right, 4-3. Khachanov holds, but Alcaraz has the break. Two hours and 20 minutes. This has been a bit of a marathon. Deb. By the way, Deb, you missed out on you missed out on the Eala golf match, and that was something. That was some chat. Whew. All right. Yeah, last match was the Andreeva Anisimova match was awesome. Prime Ice Cube was better than the lot of goats. All right. I'm sorry, I had some business to take care of. No, it's all right, Deb. Probably good that you weren't there. Would have been a lot of work. A lot of. We just let it fly and hope for the best. Yeah, chat was getting crazy. But luckily they all left after that match. Who won, Eala or Gauff? I actually don't know. Don't remember. I didn't watch it. I don't know. Who knows? Nobody. It doesn't matter who won. Doesn't matter who won. Doesn't even matter who won. It was all that matters is that we had fun. All right? We had fun. We had fun. And that's all that matters. It's not about winning and whatever. It's fine. Oh, you didn't watch it? Oh, Gauff won. Pretty easily. Anyways, 15 love. Such a bad liar? Oh, I'm sorry. Was I trying to fool you? Was my comedic sarcasm not obvious enough? I'm sorry that my sarcasm wasn't good enough. No, it's 30 love. I've been up all night at 6 a.m. 30 love. $30 love. But we'll watch Coco again tomorrow against Svitolina. I'm so keen for these semis. All right, Alcaraz, 40 love. All we need is Menchik to play Sinner. And then we'll watch tomorrow. Was Eala's leg, or did she just play bad? Eala didn't play bad. It was Gauff who was playing good. It was just Gauff shit like flexing, really. As we return now to the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov hits it out. 5-3. 5-3 Alcaraz is going to serve for... Khachanov going to serve to stay in the match. All right, see you later, Bradley. No, Alcaraz has not been broken today. He's had 3 break points against his serve, and he held Khachanov back. That was in the first set. All right, backhand return. Into the backhand of Khachanov. Backhand from Alcaraz into the forehand of Khachanov. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand to the forehand of Alcaraz. Into the forehand of Khachanov on the stretch. Alcaraz forehand down the line. Khachanov passing shot in the net. And it's love 15. By the way, is Alcaraz playing first or second tomorrow? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Is Alcaraz? He must be playing first, right? Where's the schedule? All right, 4-1 from Khachanov goes long, love 30. All right, so it's Alcaraz, Rublev first, and then it's Sinner after that, if he wins. Your sarcasm wasn't sarcastic enough. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All right, love 30. Revenge for Coco against Alina? Yeah, those were some great matches. Anyone watching the Cricket T20 World Cup just wondering? I don't even know what that is. As we serve now the forehand of Alcaraz. Return goes into the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz forehand again to the forehand of Khachanov. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand. Goes long. Match points, Carlos. Love 40. To get the job done. Get to the semi-finals. He's had to work hard for it. He avoided a 3-setter in the first round. He avoided a 3-setter yesterday. And now, he played a 3-setter, but he answered the call. He's had a tough week, Alcaraz. And he's going to play Rublev tomorrow. Serving to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Khachanov. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Down the line to the forehand of Khachanov. Alcaraz on the stretch. Khachanov. Forehand down the line. Alcaraz with a slice in the net. One saved. 15-40. You guys comments trying to discredit Carlos, but you are really just disrespecting his opponent. Who's discrediting Carlos? The hell? Anyways, return goes in the net by Alcaraz, 30-40. Who are you talking about? I don't see anyone saying... Who's discrediting Carlos? Anyways, 30-40. Match point number 3. Serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Khachanov. To the backhand of Alcaraz. Khachanov backhand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. To the forehand of Khachanov on the stretch. He hits it out. Alcaraz wins. Khachanov made him work for it, though, and I appreciate that. Khachanov put in work. But Alcaraz lifted. That was not easy. And again, Khachanov just like, stop being good. Oh, that's a nice moment at the net. Again, Khachanov just making jokes. Khachanov just like, how are you so freaking good? And he was good, Alcaraz. I mean, Khachanov was up here, and he made Alcaraz rise to the level. That was a great match. It was great to see. And Alcaraz didn't play great in the first set. He did make more errors than usual, but you got to credit Khachanov for forcing Alcaraz into those awkward spots. And Khachanov at least got a step closer. You know, he got a step closer to Alcaraz tonight, but it wasn't enough to get the win. All right. Final match of the day. God, it's been a long day. We've had some long matches. And we got one more to go. I'm going to watch the sunrise as this one happens. Sinner versus Menchik. This is the match that I'm most interested in because ever since he won Miami, we've been talking about Jakub Menchik, right? Jakub Menchik. We were like, come on, this guy's got the next, he's going to be next, right? This guy's going to do shit. You know, this is one of the guys. Watch out, this guy. Draper, Runa, Menchik, Tien, Fonseca, Feast, Menchik. I said him twice because I'm tired. But let's see what he's got. Because he's playing Sinner for the first time. This is a scouting report. This is a gut check. This is a stock take. This is bring your notebooks because we're going to take some notes on this one. Because we're going to find out where Menchik is. Because it doesn't really matter if you can beat everybody else. You have to beat Sinner and Alcaraz. Or at least play them. And that's where we really can find out where you are in this hierarchy of tennis. But Alcaraz wins. 6-7, 6-4, 6-3. He takes out Khachanov in a 3-setter. And he's into the semis. He's going to play Rublev tomorrow. You know that's going to be fun.